I'm getting new glasses soon.
I discovered that.
Don't shame me for having a credit card. You're just jealous.
I'm too broke to have a credit card.
You're just jealous that I can get into debt and you can't.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm.
Boring, boring, boring. Bold, italic. Sorry, not sorry. This just wasn't for me. And I don't mean to offend anyone who enjoy it. There is no way to say this in a nice way, so here we go. This book was boring and forgetful. It irritated me from start to finish. I don't see the point of this book, seriously. I think this is my first or second 1-star review. I heard so many great things about it, mostly on BookTube, and I was so excited to start reading this and being blown away, but... And the characters are just dull and uninteresting. The narrator just annoyed me and just no to everything.
How to Kill Your Family. Straight off the bat. I think it's that.
No, this is from your Goodreads, so...
Oh, this is from my Goodreads.
Yeah, they all are.
Is this books that I've already read?
Yeah.
Can I check my Goodreads? Like, not look at the reviews, but look at the books, because I can't remember what I've read. No, in fact, I don't need to do that because I have it on my notes, what I've read this year. I think I have an idea of what it is. Okay, I think... Is it Midnight Library?
No.
The Mad Woman's Ball?
No.
We Were Liars?
Yeah.
See, I know, I'm good at this. We probably should have explained what we were doing before we started.
But I'll say in the title.
Oh.
Because all it's going to say is, like, guess that book from a 1-star review.
Yeah, but normally, like, you introduce it and, like, hello, this is what we're
Hello,
doing today.
fucks and fuckettes.
Oh, I like that you're including all the genders there.
Today? Oh no, I feel embarrassed. We're just guessing books from
Yeah.
1-star reviews.
From 1-star reviews, books that we've read.
So what's your review on We Were Liars?
Oh, I can check because I have it written here. How convenient. I wasn't sure of the writing style at first. It took me a minute to get into it. Because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Especially because, like, the narrator is kind of, like, strange the whole way through. I did like the plot twist. I did, I did enjoy the plot twists in it. There was a lot of foreshadowing that you don't realise is foreshadowing until you know what the plot twist is at the end. So I did enjoy that, and I did cry for the last 30 pages of the book. I gave it a 3.5/4 stars. I think 3.5 is a solid review, because it wasn't one of those books where I was like, oh my god, I can just sit here and read this all day, because the writing style was a bit hard to get into. But once I got used to it, it was all good. Yeah. Not the best book I've read, but definitely it was okay. Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Horrendous translation. Made my fiance very upset. Awful writing as well. Overused the word bourgeois so much. Big eel.
Is it Phantom by Grey Rivers? Is it Mad Woman's Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to guess that first, but... Yeah, Mad Woman's Ball was awful. It was so bad. I was so upset because the cover was really pretty and I really wanted to like it. And it was like the first book that I picked out that I hadn't seen on TikTok. And it was just so bad. Granted, yeah, it is a translation of a book from a different language, so it's not going to be amazing. But for a 200-something page, I think it was 250 pages, it took me 10 days to read. I can normally bang out a 200-odd page book in a day or two. It was just not good. It was not good at all. Like, everything was just spelt out for you. Like, she would be like, this person is like this because of this. Rather than letting you, like, see the characters flow and go together. The idea behind it was really good. Because it was like, based on a women's mental asylum a long time ago, a good couple hundred years ago, and every year they would have this ball so they could mingle with the public, and rich people would pay loads of money to go to this ball to see like the crazy hysterical women, and it had like a really good premise, and the main character can like see dead people and shit, so that was cool, but it was just not executed good at all, and I think I gave it like 1 star. Let me have a look. I gave it 2 stars.
Generous.
Yeah, that is generous. It could have been good, but it just wasn't written well, and it was boring. And you could literally, I predicted every plot twist that happened in it. I was like, oh, she's going to do this. And she did.
So frustrating. So stupid. If you like Colleen Hoover, I'm sure you'll like it more than me. You're going to be mad at this one.
Oh, it's going to be one that I like, isn't it?
There's a second review that I caught in here by accident.
Okay.
I couldn't even get past the second chapter. This book has such great reviews. I tried 2 times and just couldn't do it. It doesn't sit well with me, I guess.
Is it The Lies You Told?
No.
No? It's going to make me mad, isn't it?
It is.
Was it... Wouldn't be Lolita.
No.
Was it The Way I Used to Be?
Yeah.
How fucking dare they? Is it sitting on my shelf right now? My absolute baby. I love this book. I think I would actually reread this. TBH. Promo for them, I guess. Great book. I gave it 5 stars. Shattered my soul, made me cry.
Also, the format is really nice.
The way that it's like set out and the way that it's written. I read it in a day, so
Same.
That tells you what you need to know, I guess. Oh, so good. I love this book. Back it goes.
Next to Lolita.
Stop it. I haven't like figured out where I'm putting some of these books yet. I did have that skull needs to go there to stop it from falling. There we go. Yeah.
Genuinely, the worst book I read in my entire life.
Oh my god, that could literally be fucking any of them. Is it Call Me By Your Name?
Yeah.
How did I know? Because the reviews for that book are so bad. Which is a shame, because it's alright.
What was your review? Too
My-
much feet.
Stop. My review for Call Me By Your Name, where is it? I have to find it now, it's down here somewhere. I gave it 3.5 stars. Because, you know, grooming. Come on, like, I didn't really, like, think about it till near the end of the book where I was like, actually, that's a bit dodge. Because, like, you're nearly 25? And, like, in the book, the older guy is, like, 24, 25. Would you then go and date a 17-year-old? No. Yeah, exactly. So, I look back at that book afterwards and I was like, oh, he's a bit of a nonce. Just a smidge. Even though I did cry at the end because it was sad. But that book was a mess. Especially near the end when it kept time jumping. I'm
so sad they didn't put the girl in the movie.
Yeah. That's really going to bother me, but she was a ledge.
She was my favourite.
She was the only good character, and we got maybe, 20 pages of content of her? Maybe, at most. What an icon.
What an utter pile of rubbish. Gutted I paid 99p for it.
99p, it's got to be one that's available on Kindle then.
There's a second one that says, no, just no.
It's not going to be any of my recent ones. How to Kill Men and Get Away with It? Yeah. But it's good. I gave it 4 stars.
I thought you gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, so did I, but it turns out I gave it 4. Which is a bit more accurate. Because sometimes, like, you read a book so fast, and you're like, wow, that was so good, because you, like, got it done. Then you look back and you're like, ooh, there were some things about it that I didn't actually like that much. How to Kill Your Men was good and quirky and funny. It's definitely, like, a good book to read if you're having a break between, like, reading intense books. It doesn't take itself very seriously.
I think she said the word too much too.
Yeah, and like the plot twists at the end were thrown about a bit too much.
Yeah.
There was just too much happening at the end that could have just like been sprinkled throughout. It had a nice, like that book had a strong start. It had a good start, but it derailed so much.
Okay.
I also like the guy she dated in it. The guy that owned the charity, he was nice. I wish they'd have done a bit more with this character though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Men get nothing.
Men
which
get
is fine.
nothing.
This one I couldn't find any. It just says DNF. This was like the only 1-star review. So promo for this book.
Midnight Game.
Yeah.
Understandable because it was a fucking brilliant book. So good. I think I gave that 5 stars.
So did I.
As far as like, the thing is, because like the idea of the Midnight Game has been used in multiple books, in multiple movies and shows and things, because it's a creepypasta from like the early 2010s, back when I was into like, how embarrassing for me. Yeah, I gave it 5 stars.
What'd you say?
It was just so good. But I really loved it. I couldn't put it down. I finished it in a day.
At 5 Guys.
Oh my god, yeah. I like the characters, like the ending. I want to read some of her other books, but I think she's got 2 others. She's got
Win, Lose, Kill, Die.
Yeah, and then there was one other one. Where's my penis? Oh, you put him here. Can he actually be seen? Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I really didn't enjoy this book. To me, it seemed obvious, immature, and full of cliches. Contemporary magic realism is not for me.
Once Upon a Broken Heart. Oh. Contemporary magic realism. It's not going to be a Soul to Heal, is it? Because that's just monster porn. Lolita?
No.
It's not going to be any of the Phantom ones.
We were discussing this earlier.
The Lies You Told? No. XX?
No.
Things We Never Got Over? I haven't got any others on my list that I can think of.
The Midnight Library.
Oh my god! I completely forgot I read that for a hot minute, and we literally talked about it earlier. Yeah, I didn't give it the best review, to be honest. Where is it? It's up near the top somewhere. I gave it 3 stars, which is probably a bit generous. Again, good concept. Boring. Too repetitive. Like, the first few times she repeats, like, she goes into a different life of what she could have had. It's interesting. You're like, wow, this is different. But it just happens too many times. I was expecting her to maybe pick maybe 3 different lives to try and relive.
How many did you choose?
It was like 6 or 7. And then there's this chapter where she's going on about how I've done this, 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 and this, because they stopped going into depth about it. And then it goes over like nearly like a good 50 options of what she's been and what she's done. And it's like, come on, get it together.
You tell her.
And I kind of wanted it to be like depressing at the end, but it wasn't. It had a happy ending. She went back to her original life. Spoilers, I guess.
Why?
Basically, she kills herself at the beginning of the book because she's depressed. She could have been in a band, but she dropped out. That was one of the lives she decided to relive, and then all that stuff. You kind of have to read it, but she kills herself because she's like stuck in this little town, and her life is a matter to nothing, and blah blah blah. She loses her job, her cat dies, all this stuff. So she kills herself and then goes to the Midnight Library, and then she relives all these other lives and realises that she's not happy in any of them because it's not her life, because you're basically going to another universe and you're in that other person's body. So like, it's confusing. You do have to read it to understand it, but she ends at the end of it, she's like, I'm just going to go back to my old life.
Progress.
And then like she becomes friends with her friend again, and her cat's still dead, but her cat dies apparently in all of her lives because he's like got cancer or something.
That would make me so angry.
Oh, that was the bit of the book that made me the angriest, because she was like, oh, I want a life where my cat is still alive, and the person was like, you can't have that because he dies in all of your lives. That's
Jail.
okay, you fucking kidding me? I was so mad. I got more upset over the cat than I did of her.
Fair enough.
Because in one life, she was like, I wanted to be yesterday when my cat was still alive, whatever. They teleport her there, and she goes there and she finds her cat dead under her bed. And then she goes back to the library and she's like, what the fuck? And I was also like, what the fuck? It was so pointless and like, it was just like unnecessary upset.
Anything with pet death in it makes me angry.
Yeah.
I just really hated it. Sorry, not sorry. So, this book lacks plot. The characters just fell flat. And I just have irritations about it. This book does have favourite darling, gentle males, an awkward sex scene, lots and lots of painting, gift shopping. I did like the little preview for the next book. Can't wait to start seeing a POV from new characters.
A Court of Mist and Fury.
So close.
A Court of Frost and Starlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it says,
The sex scene's not awkward, they have sex in the sky. Look, I don't get you for purposely reading books to make you depressed. Let me have...
yes you do.
Let me
Stop
have my
acting.
fairy smut.
Like, depressing books aren't the best
They
kind
are
of
so
books.
good. But so is my fairy smut on the top shelf.
Okay, would you review it?
I mean, it's like the fourth book in the series, so I just put four stars, fourth book in the series. Because there's not much... Because, of course, Court of Frost and Starlight is a novella. So it's like in the middle of the series, just as like a little happy break, because they're celebrating the winter solstice. Because the next book after that is A Court of Silver Flames, which is about her sister, mostly. It's about all of them, but main focus is her sister. And then there's going to be another book after that. So that's like the sort of like, just like happy, in the middle, kind of like gap filler. It was nice. It gave me, I wish I'd read it at Christmas time, because that's the vibe you get from it.
Now you know.
Plus some like PTSD from the fact that in the last book they like were in a war and they all basically nearly died, and like one of the main characters did die but they were like resurrected. Yeah, it was a whole thing. That was the book before that was pretty traumatic, I can't lie. You like watch some, I say watch because you know when you read, like sometimes, I don't know if you have this, when I read it plays like a movie in my head.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
So like you watch this guy, I'm just going to say it like that because it's weird to say you read this guy. You watch this guy get his like head ripped off. But like in a really rank way. Because it happens slowly. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. People shit on those books, but you know, makes me happy. I like fairies and smut.
You're very defensive today.
I'm very defensive every day.
Okay. Boredom level 100. Fell asleep 4 times because of this book. Skimmed last 20% of it. I'm just glad it's over. Then there's another one that's a quote.
Okay, give me the quote.
Be true to your dick.
Be true to your dick. I can't even think of what that would have been in. I don't know. Lolita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lolita. That's not really much to say about it, is there? It's about a paedophile.
It has taken me months to finish this one. I started enthusiastically, but was bored pretty soon. I couldn't care less about any of the characters, or the plot, plus the writing annoyed me.
The lies you told.
Repetitive and whiny. Forced myself to finish, and I already regret it.
Is it the lies you told?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Should have DNF'd it long ago. You're gonna be pissed at this one.
Oh man, is it one that I like?
This is the second one. So very boring that I just couldn't make it through the last 50 pages, and instead just gave up and gifted my copy of the book to my sister.
Is it Once Upon a Broken Heart?
No.
Is it Assault? No, it wouldn't be Assault to Heal. It's not a Phantom of the Opera, is it?
Yeah.
I'm done. How could they fucking say that about the best piece of classic literature I own? The Phantom of the Opera is the best book I've ever read in my whole entire life. Phantom of the Opera's right up there. Amazing. Some people just don't understand the depth of that book. Would you like some pineapple?
No, you spat it out.
I didn't spat it out.
Didn't spat it out.
I choked on it and then I just swallowed it. It's fine. Do you want some pineapple? I didn't spit any pineapple out. I like pineapple.
I don't know.
It's really wet.
All these things
I'm
you're
not
saying,
selling it, am I? Mmm. I don't know why I did this, because I can never eat the pre-cut, pre-packaged one. I can, like, fresh pineapple is a lot better, because it's always so sour and it makes my tongue tingle.
Oh, I can feel the tingliness at the back of my throat.
I'm sure you can. In summary, I'm disappointed with the general public. They don't have any taste.
They'll probably say the same about you.
Full of taste. Taste up to my eyeballs.
Goodbye. Just because you're mad that they didn't like Phantom of the Opera.
Best book ever written.